Yo, what is up, Bugga? Welcome back to another episode of Maga Kabidi, also known as Mr. Goopy. What's up, man? How you
What's
doing?
going on, man?
All right,
I'm
cool.
blessed to be here.
Yes, sir. So just introduce yourself. Your name, major, year, hometown. Tell us about yourself.
My name is Michael Cabeda. What was the other question? Oh yeah, I'm a junior here. Studying financial planning, but have other goals and dreams. I'm trying to conquer, just kind of here for financial planning, just to learn about the basics of finance when it gets into just planning your personal life. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was kind of different than finance and Terry. It's like not in Terry, because I don't need to learn corporation type finance. You know what I'm saying? But my hometown is Tucker, Georgia. Shout out them. You know what I'm saying? Out of perimeter of Atlanta, but I claim Atlanta here though. Because nobody. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's
I
gonna
only
check
claim
it.
Atlanta if we outside of Georgia. That's the only time I claim it.
Oh, what? You don't claim me here?
No, because, bruh, if I say I'm from Douglasville, that's not Atlanta.
Okay, well,
But someone's
that's
going to
way
check
out
me
of
and be like,
Atlanta.
oh, that's not.
That's like way out
No,
of
it's
Atlanta.
not.
Douglasville, bro.
Douglasville's
Bro.
30 minutes away.
Yeah, okay, but like the 20-minute cutoff is Atlanta for real.
No,
You know what
if
I'm
you
saying?
if you touch Fulton County, you're Metro Atlanta.
Okay.
That's how I do it. If you touch Fulton County, you're Metro Atlanta.
Okay. Well,
Atlanta's
I'm not
Atlanta.
sure where Fulton is on the map. I'm trying to visualize
Where's
it.
Atlanta?
That's Atlanta. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hold on. I'm not done, guys. Some financial planning. I didn't say I'm geography now. All right, but going back to what I'm saying though. I grew up in Tucker. Went to Lakeside High School. That's about me. What was the last question?
For that, just tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Oh, easygoing guy, huh? Pretty chill. I just focus on my work right now. Like this point, like every day is just work. Like I just because I'm trying to make it for real. So it's like one of those things where it's like I just always working, and then like obviously I just think about mostly like things that are super important to me. It's like family, friends, and work, and then it just keeps going like that. So like that's really just about myself right now. But biggest thing I'd say is just like my relationship with school is just kind of like give or take, because it's like I know it's important, but like I know where my goals lie, I know where my work ethic lies. So it's kind of like it's just like a rocky relationship. Like last semester I was doing pretty good, got A's and B's for the first time ever. You know what I'm saying? So like round of applause for me right there. But now this semester I'm starting off, and it's like I got the ball rolling on my social media page right now. It's like when you have the ball rolling like on your and it's like a piece of advice I got from a lot of top creators and stuff like that. It's like when you have your foot on the gas, like you can't let up, because social media world is so fast paced. It's like you miss like a week of posting. Like if you miss a week of posting, like that's it. Like it's gonna take you especially like no matter how clouded you are, unless you're like obviously past like a level like where Juski or something like. But if you're like at a level where it's like you're almost there but you're not there at all, and it's like if you miss a week, it's like that's like bang, like that's a month. It's gonna take you long to get back on the track. And especially like for me, it's like I'll go through periods, like up until this point I've gone through periods where it's like I'll be posting consistently like every day, and then I'll like just hit like a burnout period or something, and I'll get like sick or tired, and then I won't post for like a week or and a half or something, and then I'll mess it up. But like recently, like ever since like December, I've been like consistent every day, just like posting, like, and my content quality has gone better over time. So it's like we got the ball rolling right now. So it's like with school, it's just been like haven't been able to like focus in, but I got to though, for real. But yeah, that's a little bit about me though. I'm just all work for real right now. That's what I focused on.
And that's good. I mean, sounds like it's actually a really hard thing to do. I did not know
difficult.
it was that difficult for real.
No, there's a lot of things.
So where'd you come up with the name Mr. Goopy?
But it's just like it's a question I get all the time, bro. Like it really didn't come from anything. Like it's just like I gotta think of a story like to say now. Like if I ever make it, like I gotta think of a funny story. But I literally just freaking like the Bubble Guppy show.
Bubble Guppy?
Yeah, I just thought it was called Goopy. So I was like, I made a group chat with some friends called Goopies, and then I was like, oh, it would be like a really funny thing, like just name myself Mr. Goopy, and then like that started. But that was like way before like any of this content stuff started going crazy. Like I used to do like TikTok, like I'm not gonna lie, back in the day, it's a little bit of like a thirst trap demon. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't bad though.
No, it's not bad.
It wasn't no ring lights and like doing like crazy things like how they were doing. Like it's just kind of like lip syncing to a song, like dancing a couple times. And like in the beginning, like I posted one, and then like because I'm Habesha, an Ethiopian comedian, like Ethiopian Eritrean, and like it like kind of popped off in the beginning. And I was like, back in my prime for, I'm saying college done gave me a couple pounds. Now it's like crazy. But what's it called? Back then though, like I was flourishing on that. Like I was getting views in like comments from like girls that get DMs. It was crazy. Like it was crazy. Like because I went from like being butt ugly. Quarantine happened. I grew out my hair. Got some magnetic earrings at the time. You know what I'm saying? My parents were messing with the what's called. And then I had changed the name of Mr. Goopy. And I had posted that like a couple like thirst traps, and then it was like, oh, I was getting, I was getting a little bit of it, and I was like, this is tough. And then I wasn't good looking enough to hit the mainstream media, though. You know what I'm saying? Like it just kind of stopped the Alpha Shot girls.
Not good enough to crossover.
Yeah, I couldn't get to the rest of the population. Like so. After that, I just kind of I kind of grew out of that though. Like I was kind of like, all right, because now when I look back on it, I was like, it's kind of tough to watch. But after that happened, I always did comedy stuff though, but it wasn't like skits. It was just kind of like normal TikTok videos. Like there's one trend that used to happen where it's like this dance. It's like I don't know, like you remember it was like they would do this stuff and it was like that one move.
Slide?
Nah, it was like the light skin dudes on TikTok. They do this dance where it's like they hit like this.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And then so like I had made a video where I was like it was like doing this, and I was like. The girl says no, and it's like, you'd hit that move. And then she said, yeah. So, like, that's my first ever video blow up off of some comedy stuff. And then after that, like, came to college. I was still doing, like, I was just posting, like, whatever. Not necessarily thirst traps, but doing that same, like, singing thing, whatever. Like, I would do it, like, a couple times when I was here. But it wasn't, like, I wasn't getting views like that or whatever. It wasn't, like, how it was in the prime. And then my friend Jan... shout out to Jan. He started my career for like forever. Like be thankful for Jan. You know what I'm saying? Because like if it wasn't like that one day, like we was always doing BS. Like when we started off as freshmen, like we was freshmen for real, like freshmen to the max. Like it was like BS. Like that's why I feel like I got like because one thing about me is there's like there's definitely a stigma about me in the beginning where it was like. If you see Goopy on campus, like run away. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I was doing crazy stuff. Like I was doing like not crazy stuff. I wasn't going crazy, but I was doing like you know what I'm saying. I was doing whatever I could. To get,
I remember that door video.
Yeah, like that's when it started. So we was doing that though beforehand, like just hitting doors and running and stuff. And then I was like, I had seen one video of like online with like the Catch the Trend thing going. Like I seen one video, and I was like, and I think it was like. These white girls doing it, they did it off beat or something. So I was like, yo, we should do it to the Kesha thing and then, like, do whatever. And Jan just took it a step further and he had kicked the door. And I was just like, it was so loud. Like, bro, like, my reaction, I was like, like, I can't, whatever you say, but it was like, whatever. And then it was just all elements of that video were crazy because, like, the speaker was big, the kicking in the door is just like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, like, with that video. And then I posted it on TikTok, like, and then lo and behold, like, bro, like in an hour or 2 hours, it's like at 1 million views. And like, that was my first time really getting to M. And I was like, what the heck? Like, this, like, this stuff is crazy. Like, and then I remember we went out that night. We was feeling lit. Like, it was like, I remember one person recognized me from the thing, or like just recognized us from the video. And like, I didn't know how to respond because I don't know how to respond to somebody recognized. So I was like, yeah. And then, I don't know if I said anything. And then he was like, all right, I'm not going to recognize you, stuff like that. He like took it first. I was like, no. And we was talking to him and stuff. And then afterwards, I like woke up to 10K followers on, it went from like freaking 4K to 10K in the night. And I was like, oh crap. And then after that, I was like, yo, like just keep it going. So I was just doing BS around the dorms and stuff. And then like I had done one video and like that video got me to like 50K, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, so that's a shout out to him, like, he really started. And then after that, I was just doing Dancing with Strangers. And then that's when people started with, like, all right, if you see Goop, like, run away. Because that's when I was going up to people on cameras, like, just dancing with the music. They can't hear the music, nothing. I'm just, like, breaking down. But people were messing with it. I did, like, 14 parts of that. And I remember people would text me, like, bro, are you going to stop doing the part? Like, bro, I mean, it's working. Like, why not? But I get it. I was stretching it or whatever. And then my friend Eli McCall, my now cameraman, best friend, like the guy who I really like, he helps me out all the time. Like he's, you know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, we should do skits. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then we did just one skit and I fell in love. Just kept doing it. Just kept getting better. And then I just made my stuff about skits. And now it's like, it's funny because like some people, they'll still be like, oh, like if you see Gooby, watch out. But I'm like, now it's like, I can't, I grew up so much from like this content stuff. Like now it's like, I can't ever do pranks or nothing like that again because I feel bad. I'm like, I just feel like I'm bothering. Like it's just, it's unnecessary. like pranks is always like first content creator they start out and it's like pranks usually work, you know, to get views automatically. So you'll do them, but it's like after like I couldn't keep doing it because I was like, all right, it's kind of lame. So I grew out of that. But that was like the phases of how my content went though. Yeah, I don't know if that was a question, but yeah,
no, you good, bro. Like I'm enjoying this for real.
Yeah, I just kept talking, but
But like you kind of already touched on this a little bit, but how did you start like making like content?
Yeah. Basically, like all that, those were all the phases, and then like when my Eli recommended let's do skits, that's really when I'll say that's what spoke up the content, and then it's like I just fell in love with comedy, like in the beginning, because my original goal and dream of life was to be a professional soccer player, like when I was going through high school and stuff, and like, but one thing I attached to that dream was like, you know, it was kind of a delusion because like the one quote that I always think about is Denzel Washington, but I don't think it's his quote, but he was talking about it with this other older dude, and he was like, dreams without goals are just dreams or something like that, right? And it's like when people say like, oh, like delusion and like whatever, like it's like because like certain dreams like you know, okay, for example, I always say it's like, you know, if somebody says like, oh, that's unrealistic, you know what I'm saying? Like first off, reality is different for every person, so it's like, what you think is unrealistic, it might not be unrealistic to somebody else. So, like, when I started with soccer, like, I just kind of was in a delusion. I'll say that because, like, I had enough natural ability. If I was really focused and, like, I knew all the steps to what it takes to become it, like, you know, dieting, actually working out, doing all that, like, I maybe could have gone maybe D1 with the talent I had, maybe. But, what's it called? But, like, I just kind of was just focused on the skills aspect. I wasn't really focused. I was more focused on the entertainment aspect, too. So, I was in, like, doing what I need to. And then also on the field, confidence issues, because sports is mental, 50% mental, you know? So I really wasn't, like, flourishing for real. And then I was hanging on to it, though, until, like, high school. And then, like, had bad coaches in high school. Like, you know, I'm not even going to shout him out. I hate the guy, though. And then, because he really killed my dream for the sport. It always sticks with me because, like, I hate that guy. But anyways, so after that whole dream kind of was just like, all right, I got to college. And it was like, oh, soccer's no more. Like, I can't hang on to that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so then after that, it was kind of like, okay, what am I doing with my life? And then, like, the comedy and stuff came in. And, like, what I realized is, like, naturally I've always been, like, because in the beginning, like, when middle school, high school, like, I was, like, 4'11" going in ninth grade. Like, oh, wow. Yeah, like, I was 4'11" going in ninth grade. Like, I was, like, 5'3", going into sophomore year or something. Like, I was just, like, a little kid, like, for real. So, like, obviously, like, to not get bullied, you know what I'm saying? Well, even though I was getting bullied, but, like, just, like, not get bullied, just be the funny guy, you know what I'm saying? So, I was always just making jokes, cracking jokes, being the entertainment of the group, and that's always just been my call to, like, being entertainment for family, too. Like, you know, I've always been doing stuff. And so, like, when I started to do comedy and the skits and stuff, it just came to me so natural. And then that's, like, I kind of just found my natural calling with it. Because even when I look back at soccer, like, I love soccer, but, like, I love the entertainment aspect of it more, like the celebration after the goal, or, like, you know, when they lined up and the camera just pointed and they just, like, cold, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I really loved most about it. So, like, when I just reflected on everything, I was like, yeah, this is what I'm meant to do for it. It's just entertainment, you know what I'm saying? So that's really how everything started, like, all the phases, all the, yeah, that's how it all went.
Well, like, I know you talked about this a little bit, like, with your pranks and, like, what you did in the beginning, but have you ever ran into, like, problems, like, making videos with, like, TikToks?
Like what type of problems? Like people?
Like either like, you know, people not like wanting to be in your video, or like maybe like, you know how you talked about earlier, like the money issue and the social media and everything like that.
Sure. I mean, every day is a problem, bro. I'm just kind of gotten good at like problem reducing. I can't solve my problems. I can't solve every problem in life. So it's like as long as I could just reduce some problems and just like keep pushing, like, cause every day is gonna be a problem, bro. Like, school's a problem for me, but it's like I just had to reduce it by finding a major that I could actually use in the future, and then like just stugging it out. Because I want to get my degree from my parents. You know, having like immigrant parents is a big thing for me. It's like a whole story with that. So it's like just reducing my problems. Like in the beginning, especially in the beginning, like I had like I was trying to make my whole channel dedicated for the whole group in the beginning, because like I didn't blow up off my own thing. Yeah. Like even though it was my idea of recording stuff, it was still him and Kicked It. So I'm like, since on my account, respectfully, let's get everybody on the video. Let's get everybody doing stuff. Let's all see the bread. Let's all see the whatever.
Make it a group.
Yeah, like, and it was like whatever, like our group. And I was hitting up people all the time, like, oh, I make group chat for filming, and I'll be like, yo, let's go film, like in Tate or something. They want to text back. I'm like, okay. Eli was the only one that would always come with me though to filming some stuff, and like once or twice would get Jan to come, but me and Jan always beef because like Jan, like he'd freaking like I love the guy. Like he's a really nice dude. So he'll say yes to you, but like won't even be in the area. So it's like, okay, he could have said no, but it's like it's hard to say no to some people. So it's like I understood, but it got to a point where the first problem I had was no one else had the same dream as me. Like, and only the person that could see it was Eli for real. He could see where it could go, and like he enjoyed it too. And even with Eli, sometimes it's rough because it's not his dream either. Like he's just helping me like achieve what I want to do because he's like a great guy. And obviously at the end of it, like if he gets to be able to just not have a job and work for me and stuff, if that gets to it, like or work with me, not for me, like he'd love it. But like it just got that was the first problem. Like I didn't have people that, you know what I'm saying? So I was just kind of working around it. Like whenever I got time, I would get people, and I would sometimes just have to get random people to be in the videos and stuff and like try to do stuff, you know. And then again, like I would run into like issues with like Tate, bro. Like just recording in Tate was a whole issue. Like it would just have to be an in and out process always. But because what we were doing was really we were disturbing the peace for real, which I understood. I didn't understand at the time because I'm like, oh, we're just taking charges or we're just doing fun videos. Like stop hating. But at the end of the day, it's like I realized the crowd at UGA ain't the crowd at UMiami. Like these people don't want to be on video. These people don't really like they. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a whole thing I learned over time. So I'm like. Tate, I was having issues sometimes. Like, I remember I did a security video where I was like, I had like a security vest on. Well, it was a security vest. It was just like a bright colored vest. And I had like a lint roller. And I was just standing outside and I was acting like I was like the beeping thing, you know? I was just acting like I was doing that to people. And like some girl came up and just was going in on me. Like, I'm talking about like, oh, you harassing people, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, first off, I wasn't harassing nobody because I'm like, if they were like, oh, it's a lint roller, I'd be like, yeah, you caught me. Like, even when I was doing pranks, I would never be a prankster who doesn't know when to stop. You know what I'm saying? Just keeps pushing the envelope. But if I would get somebody who would be laughing at the joke and I would do it, and I wouldn't go touch it, and I'd just be like, all right, you good, you know, type thing. She's coming up there yelling, blah, 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 blah. All that yelling caused commotion, led to like the manager pulling up, and then they had called UGA PD on me. And then I had escaped and came back. And then the UGA PD, he pulled up to me and was like, hey, bro, you got a lint roller and stuff? And I'm like, yeah. And I was like, and he laughing because it's like, bro, the PD's like, that's funny. But he's like, just can't do it because people were complaining. And I'm like, you're right, I won't do it. So I didn't do that again. But after that, though, they put me on, like, they were like Tate, like, was out for me. Like, no cap, like, they was out for me. Like, what's respectable, though? I respect Tate because after I've grown up from this, I'm like, yeah, you better have come for me because I'm like, I'm over here. I was just disturbing the peace in a way, you know what I'm saying? But at the time, I wasn't looking at it that way. I was looking at it like, oh, it's me versus Tate, like, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's like a business, and like these people have a job to do, and I was just messing around too much, you know what I'm saying? But it's cool though. It's like you live and you learn. That's what it's all about. But yeah. So me and Tate had problems. I had problems filming at Tate, but me and Tate are cool now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I apologize, they apologize. We all cool. Like one time I was like filming some stuff, and I was doing this like interview thing. Like, just really simple interview thing. Like, and I was talking to this lady, and I was just like, oh, Starbucks or Dunkin', because we was doing, like, I had, like, a whole YouTube phase where I was doing. And the Tate, somebody from Tate, you know what I'm saying, he pulled up, and he was, like, mad at me, and he was like, you gotta go, blah, blah, blah. But I wasn't really doing much. And I was mad because I wasn't even doing anything. So, like, I had gone through a whole process, and we talked it out, and he's a cool guy, like, a nice guy, and I you know what I'm saying, ever since then, I'm like, As I grew with it, I'm like, dang, like, I was really tripping, though. Well, he was tripping because he was mad at me for the security stuff. Like, at the time, he was just like, oh, if I get this opportunity to get him out of here, I'm going to do it, which is real. But we spoke, and it was cool, and it was all rested, and, like, we're good now. Like, if they tell me not to do something, I'm just not going to do it. Find different ways to do it, you know what I'm saying? But that was a big problem, though, in the beginning. It was, like, Tate and, like, finding people to record and stuff. And then, yeah, but then once the skits came, I could do POV, so all I needed was me and Eli. So it was, like, after that, it was, like, all right, this is better. And then, yeah, and, like, I have friends from back home, like Lulu and Muse is my two closest friends of, like, since childhood and stuff. Yeah. And they're like the funniest, like, they shaped my comedy too because they're, like, funniest people. And so we started doing videos whenever I would come back home. And it was just, like, clockwork at that point because when me made a video, it was, like, bangers. Like, the only skit that I have to ever reach 1 million likes was with them. It was, like, the Rich Friend skit that I did. And, like, that skit, oh, my gosh, like, it got like 2 million or something or 1 million likes the first time, and the second time I reposted it, it got like 900K likes. It was like just one of those timeless videos, and I did it with them. It's like, so, you know, I got different teams now. I've been able to branch out. Like, I work way smarter now, like, than before. Like, I got many different teams. I just look for whatever. Like, if I meet somebody with the same mindset as me, like, you know, like, I want something more than this life or whatever like that we're doing. I'm like, all right, let's collab in some type of way. Like if they got a business, like if they got something going on, I'm like, yo, I got you. Like you got a business, you got a clothing brand, pull up with me. Let's do some videos. I get your clothing brand on it. I get a recorder. Like it's like a mutualistic relationship right there. And I've worked with brands like, Josh Waller. You talking about him? Yeah. Like he had a brand for a little bit, and I was working with him when I was doing YouTube. Like he had like this cool Jordan shirt, and I was like when I was doing interviewing tailgate people and stuff, like I was wearing his shirt, and then like I'd do an intro, shout out to whatever, you know what I'm saying, and like whoever's gonna watch it, if they mess with the shirt, they gonna do it. Like it's not like I had mad views at the time, but it's like if I can help anybody along the way, it's definitely worth it, you know. And so that's always been my mindset with everything. But those are the problems I faced in the beginning for sure. And then I guess the problems I face now is school. Like it's just, oh man, like it's just like I can't do it. But it's
not
like
easy no more.
Yeah, like it's just too much. Like it's too much information for me to consume while trying to focus on my goals and dreams. Like I have the ball rolling fast right now, and like I just want to keep kicking it and go, because it's like all it takes for right now is like 2 skits to just blow up on IG, and it's like life will change for sure, because it's like I've done it for so long now that like the quality is there where I like, it's like back then I get a skit that's fire, it might go viral, but then like I'll just be like the rest of the skits I do, nothing, because I didn't have the quality yet. I was just kind of still experimenting, but now it's taking so long. I've been at it time for me is irrelevant, because once you focus on time, you're messed up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like for me, it's like whatever. I'm always focused on today and like tomorrow. That's my number one thing I say, like, because you never know what's going to happen. Well, obviously, it's always you should be focused on only today, but it's like I just give it to myself. I'll be there for tomorrow. So it's like today and tomorrow is what I focus on for real. So it's like that's all I've been focused on is the quality of the video. Because one thing, it's like when you do comedy, you're like in between like corny and cringe. Because for one, it's like comedy itself is so subjective, bro. And it's like there's people who don't think Dave Chappelle's funny that think Kevin Hart's funny. There's people that think Cat Williams funny, don't think Kevin Hart's funny. But at the end of the day, these are the 4 greatest comedians of all time. Not necessarily, because I think differently. But I'm saying like these are the greatest of their craft. But still, because it's comedy and entertainment, there's people that hate or whatever, right? So you're not going to make everybody happy. But as long as you make that majority and you find your crowd, you good. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, it's like, as long as when I'm posting, I look at it, I'm like, okay, I like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not too corny, not too cringe or whatever. You know, it's like a thin line you always battling. So it's just that quality, you got to get it up. And then eventually it's going to go. I mean, it hasn't gone yet for me, but I feel it coming, you know, eventually, whatever. But, yeah, that's what really, like, those are the problems I face all the time, for sure.
So you talked about this a little bit, but what's your ultimate goal, like, with social media? Like, what's the end all be all? Yeah,
so, like, for me, social media is just a start for me. Like, I don't want to be a social media influencer. Like, that's not my goal. My goal is to be a comedian, like, all through and through. Okay. And I'm starting stand-up now. Because one thing after so much research and watching lots of podcasts, watching, like, the best of the best do their thing, the biggest thing that's respected is stand-up, because it's one of the hardest crafts to master, and it's one of the hardest things to do is stand up on a stage and talk for 5 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever, trying to make people laugh. If you can do that, you got what you need for comedy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I remember watching, because Drewski's like my inspiration. Drewski's like my inspiration for like everything I like when I first started. You know what I'm saying? Because dude, like he has undeniable talent for acting and comedy, and it's like, it's just incredible. And like he's the one that really got me also doing skits, like motivated me to do it. And I remember, this is one thing in the beginning I remember. When I started out, I was kind of emulating Drewski skits and wasn't doing too well because I wasn't being my own style. I wasn't tapping into my own personal life, my own personal comedy. I was kind of trying to emulate his stuff. And that's nothing advice for anybody who's gonna watch this or whatever. It's like, when you start doing something, just do it yourself, do it your style. Because, like, eventually you going to get better at, like, the biggest thing when it comes to creating content, it's, like, you get into the mind of the audience, right? And it's just kind of, like, and it's the same way with stand-up, which I realize is all about delivery, right? So it's, like, how you want what you are making to be delivered to the audience is all that matters. And that's what you get better at. It's just delivering your own style to the audience the way you want it to be seen. You know what I'm saying? And like that's what all the practice is for. So it's like in the beginning I was just doing like I was emulating him. Like I'll do frat stuff, I'll do like hood stuff, but I didn't grow up around a lot of like hood like I can't say the word, but you know what I'm saying, like I didn't grow up around that, so it's like I can't emulate it as much, so it's like it's obvious that I'm trying to fake it, you know what I'm saying, and like people could catch on that. But Drewski grew up around every different thing, so it's like he can do it so well, people be like, you know what I'm saying, oh, this is real, you know what I'm saying. So I kind of just had to focus on what I've seen in my life, and if I want something like hood related, I'll just get an actor for it, and I'll be the person who's like not necessarily, but like I still know about all that type of stuff. It's just I can't really emulate the action real and whatever, but because you know, like when you play characters, you got to really hone that character and whatever. But
Pastor.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, the pastor. I was doing that pastor. Yeah, because I've not been to a black church because I'm like Orthodox Christian with Ethiopian, so it's like I didn't know what to do for black pastors. But that was fun though. Like he taught Michael. You taught me how to do that stuff for the pastor thing. But what was the question?
Oh, like your ultimate goal. Basically.
Oh yeah, ultimate goal though is to be a comedian. Like go as far as I can with comedy, and like people like I would say like I want to be like, or like I want to do something sort of like what their career was Donald Glover, like being able to do everything within entertainment except for I can't do music. I'm not gonna lie, like that's a different. Maybe if I have more time in the future, like and I get some money and I can actually buy myself time, I'll learn how to do, you know what I'm saying, make a little cool sounds. But I have no voice for that. But like besides that, like writing sketches, being able to go writing TV show like Marlon Brothers or like you know well, obviously, like, Drewski, but he doesn't do stand-up, and I want him to do stand-up because that's how you really gain respect. So I remember one thing, like, Kevin Hart told him when he met him was, like, stop being a B-word and get on stage because that's the biggest thing. And then, but, like, to be able to get to Drewski's status, though, within the comedy world or, like, within the social media world, that'd be great. But, you know, just I'll take my own path or whatever. But, yeah, definitely, like, Donald Glover doing, like, you know what I'm saying, like, being able to direct a show like Atlanta, but also being able to be a funny actor on, like, how he was on the Community. Like, it was, like, two different, like, I don't know how he has the same brain for that, but it's, like, crazy. And I kind of want to be able to get to the point where I'm that good at what I'm doing that I can, like, show both worlds. So, yeah, that's definitely my ultimate goal. Like, I'm starting stand-up I've started stand-up now.
Are you going to do it in Athens?
Yeah. So what's crazy though, stand-up journey, stand-up is hard, bro. Like, it's a whole nother battle. And I got a friend, Ethan Wright, he's been doing comedy, and I was like, reach out to him to help me out, like, whatever. And we had one writing day, and I was writing stuff down, and it's like, man, like, it was trash. Like, I'm writing stuff down. Like, I got funny premises, and which basically is, like, funny thoughts, like, or, like, something funny to talk about, you know what I'm saying? And, like, but it's, like, dang, like, writing a monologue and, like, jokes in between and, like, all that stuff is difficult. And I was starting doing, and I was, like, and I think I started trying too hard at it, and I was writing a lot of stuff. And I would do it in front of my friends, and it would just be, like, and my friends would say something, like, they would do what I was doing and say it just better, and I'm like, bro, I can't do this. Like, so I'm like, I met up with this on Sunday, actually, like, literally yesterday. I met up with this professional comedian around here, Lanny Farmer. He's tough. Check him out. And he just gave me a couple pointers and some advice. That's what I met up for him for. And, like, at the end of the day, though, like, all advice I get from every person I've reached out to about stand-up is you got to hit the stage to understand. So it's, like, that's the biggest thing. And, like, they was doing open mic nights at this place called Guava or whatever yesterday night. And he was like, you want to sign up? And I'm like, I can't really sign up right now. I'm not confident within what I got to do. And he's like, okay, no pressure, whatever. And then so the first comedian goes up and he starts riffing jokes, and it's like, and the thing about open mics is, like, it's just a room full of comedians who are just practicing their stuff on the stage to see if it's good or not, and if it's not, you know, they just kick it to the curb. So it's like no pressure. And the first comedian goes up and he's saying stuff, and I'm like, don't get me wrong, like it's like he's trying out his material, and it's like, but like his material, like it was just like material for sure. You know, and he was going, he's doing the thing, and like he had lots of confidence in it, like that, and that motivated me a lot because I'm like, if I just go up there and try some stuff that, and if it's like bad, like it's cool, like, you know what I'm saying, I just noticed the area was supportive and it was cool. So he goes up and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna sign up because, and like all my friends always tell me like, oh, when you do stand up, we gotta be there. And I'm like, no, you're not gonna be there, buddy, because I'm not about to see you in the crowd and start messing up. You're like, nah. Yeah. So this is even perfect. So I was like, perfect. No one really knows I'm about to do this, so I might as well. So I sign up for it. Then, like, some other people go up, and their jokes, it's, like, getting exponentially more funnier as people go up. And I'm like, crap. Like, I'm like, I signed up. When did I sign up? Like, am I after this dude? Crap. Then Laney goes up, and he's quick with, like, he'll just say something and then say something completely opposite, and it'll just be like a zinger, like out of nowhere, like it'll throw you off type comedy. So he's hitting his jokes. He's like, all right, and then some other dude comes up and he kind of is like, all right, a little mid, whatever, and then they're like, all right, Michael, and like he's like, oh, there's a new guy here, Michael, whatever, and then they're like, woo, whatever, and I go on the stage. It's like this green like mic's pretty big mic, whatever. And I'm like, you know, like I'm nervous, crap. I'm like this, like, I'm looking down, and I'm like, yo, like this is my first time doing stand up, whatever. And then I basically, there was 3 things I had written about, which was like being black at a PWI, which is like my life or whatever, and it's like something I've made lots of videos about, so I have jokes about it. And then, do police officers get freaky in bed? And then and then there was this social media video. There's this video I saw on social media where it was like, dude, it was crazy. Like this girl was interviewing this person on like, well, I don't know if I can talk about it. Either way, it's a crazy video. So, I talked about those 3 things, and like to start off, I was just talking like, you know, being black at PWI, and then I was like, you know, I go to UGA over here in Athens, you know, and I was like, oh, they know that. And I was kind of like, oh crap. And then, but there was this one black guy in the crowd, so I was like, okay, at least it's a black dude in the crowd. If I make anybody laugh, I gotta make it laugh. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm more motivated than ever, and like now I'm about to be hitting open mics all the time that I can, start writing and stuff. Like now I really got that going on, that ball's rolling. So yeah, that's my ultimate goal, man. Just go as crazy as I can with comedy.
That's amazing, bro. You're gonna hit it, bro, because you're making me laugh right now. But
nah, that's real.
What's been your favorite video so far and your most viral video?
Most viral video is the door kicking one. That's probably like 18 million right now. And then my favorite video, I don't know. It's too many because I'll make some stuff and I'll love it, and it might not go viral, but I still love the video. I think for right now though, my favorite video, and that is not getting appreciated, but I hope someday it will, is like I did this thing on a story about a lost vape. Right? It's like, you know, I get vaping not cool, whatever. I don't care though, because I'm not like I'm not saying go vape. I'm doing a story about a vape. So it's way different. And it's like, it basically starts off with like how people would be like fiending, like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, where's my vape? Where's my vape? Yeah. And I'm like, hold on, bro. And I'm like, I put my hand up, and it's like the Thor music, and it's like the vape is like, I have like string to it. It's like the vape like rises up and it like flies, and it flies past MLC, but then it comes back, and then it's like, oh shit. And oh, my bad. Oh shoot. And so then it's like, so it walks up the stairs, walks to an MLC room, and then on the board it's like the dangers of vaping. So then it's like pans, and it's like I got my friend Nia. She's like studying, and it's like and it's the vape studying with like a little pencil and a little notepad, which was like so funny to me. And then it's like learning, and then it's like after class, like. It's like Nia looks around, and it's like it's like the vape, and he's trying to learn about himself. And then it's like he starts to learn, and it's like she's like starts telling him like, yeah, like vaping's not cool, like blah, 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 blah. And he's like listening, but it's like from the point of view of the vape, it's like listening. I thought it was hilarious. And so then it's like, and so then it pans, and he's like looking out the window, and it's like, what is he gonna do next? Like, cause it's like, does he go back to his owner, like with the information he knows now? Like it's like self drama in within. So then it's like, I thought it was like, when I made it, I was like, yeah, this is it. Because a storyline is what you really want, because it makes viewers come back to your channel. Yeah. So I'm like, this is it. Like, this is taking us out trenches. And I posted it, and it flops bad. I'm like, bro, what? Like, this is hilarious. So I go to part two. Part two, he pulls up, and I'm like, it starts off, because now I'm doing 2 different stories. Me trying to find the vape, and the vape trying to figure out what to do with his life now. Yeah. So it's like, starts off, the vape is like appearing outside of like this bush area, and it's a tough scene. And so I'm talking to my friend, I'm like, bro, he doesn't know what to do out there. Like, I gotta go find my boy. And then it's like, he's like right here, and he's like walks up the stairs to my apartment, goes in my room, and starts looking up more information about himself. It's like, it's like the dangers of vaping, and it's like, oh, vaping is trash, and it's like a bunch of like Google images, and it's like a funny scene where it's like it's all confused, and then he shuts the computer, and then he turns black, and then it's like comes what to do if you hate yourself on the computer, and then it's like him next to a Jim Beam bottle, like drinking, and then it cuts. And it's like a story that really works well, because I'm like, it's like an internal conflict with a vape and what to do, and it's just like hilarious at the same time if that's your type of humor. And I'm like, it's innovative, and like I have a whole storyline built for it, which I'm gonna continue to film because I don't care about viewers. Like, I love it, so I'm gonna keep going. And like I have a whole thing where it's gonna go to like a vape session, like what vape session with other vapes. I'm gonna buy like mini chairs. It's gonna be like a bunch of vapes, and like on the whiteboard at MLC, it's gonna be like vape support group or whatever. And then they're gonna be talking. He's gonna fall in love with a pink vape, and it's gonna do a lot of things. And it's funny scrap. And then he's gonna come back to me And then and the pink vape's gonna lose. He's gonna lose it to a bigger vape, and he's gonna come back to me, see me hitting a new vape. He's not gonna do what to do with his life. He's gonna confront me and stuff, and he's gonna leave. It's a whole thing, but it's like that's definitely my favorite one right now because I'm like, it's different, it's innovative, it's hilarious. It's like eventually it'll catch on though. That's what I always say because like content we make is good, so it's like eventually it's gonna go. But yeah, that's definitely my favorite one though. Like, I'm sorry to break you down. I just thought it was like I really want to explain that story because like I don't think people understood how good it was when they posted it. But yeah.
But how is life on campus? It's kind of like a social media like presence.
It's cool. It's dope. It's really dope. Honestly, I'm blessed. Like I love. I mean, it has its give or takes though, but I love it though because one thing that's cool is I get a lot of support. You know, but and like people come up to me like, "Yo," they'll say one of like three things. Be like, "Oh, you the Instagram guy? That's new," and I'm happy when that happens. I'm like, "Oh, hard work on Instagram." And then sometimes I'd be like, "Oh, you that TikTok guy," which is a little bit less cool because you know TikTok isn't really known for being cool. It's funny though. I think it's amazing. Like you come up to me, recognize my stuff. Yeah, like of course I'm happy. And I always love when the people come up to me, like introduce myself, get to know who they are, because it's really cool. Because it's like I never understand what's being Hollywood. Because why would you be Hollywood to the people that are helping you out? Like, bro, these are your supporters. Like, you got to thank them more than you even think anything else. So it's like, and especially because it's like cool. Like, it's just cool. Like, and it's like, it's just really cool. And I appreciate when people come up to me all the time. Like, you know, and then they'll come up to me, though. They'll be like, "Oh, TikTok guy." And then they'll say, "Oh, it's a scooter guy." Back then, I had done a scooter video.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, and that one went my first viral video on Instagram. And ever since then, for a whole, like, that whole rest of the semester, like, scooter guy. Like, I would go downtown. Be like, "Oh, that's a scooter guy." And, like, my friends will make fun of me for it. They'll be like, "Ain't no girl finna go for no scooter guy," blah, blah, blah. But it's like, bro, I don't care. Like, I made the video, and it went viral. And if they're going to recognize me because of the video and call me scooter guy, I love it because I don't care. This is my passion. And women, like, it doesn't matter. Like, that's nothing. Like, women, like, all that dating, all that fear, like, it's just completely blocked out of my head because, like, I'm just focused. So it's like, it's just like when if a girl says that to me, like I'm like, "Oh, dope, she be watching my videos." I don't look at it as, "Oh, dang, I'm not gonna be able to get her number." Like, nah, like, bro, this is amazing. Like, this is fantastic. Thank you for recognizing me. Like, it's amazing. So it's like, and also for me, it's like, this is my passion. This is what I want to do. The girl who's right for me, she gonna recognize my passion. She gonna recognize what I'm doing, and she gonna appreciate that. And if anything, it's gonna motivate us both to be better. So it's like the one that's gonna come for me, she gonna mess with it. She gonna be like, "Scooter," she might like it. I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. It's not really my like. I don't care if that happens. You know what I'm saying. That's just like being like. That's another thing about doing content. You gotta be secure with yourself. Like you gotta have the most confidence within yourself because, like, that's another thing I was gonna tap into, which is the downside. You're gonna get hate, and then I like for me, bro, hate is so weird to me because it's like, dog, you don't know who I am. How in the world do you hate me? I get like, and I've always known about hate from like obviously celebrities. People would be like, "Oh, I don't like that person because blah blah blah." It's like they don't know who they are. Always thinking about that, but it's like when it's towards you though, especially when I'm not even this like popping, I'm just kind of like that's so crazy. Like I just don't understand. It's like for me, it's like, bro, like. I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling, working on my stuff. I ain't never bothered no one. I ain't really done nothing. Obviously, back then when I was doing certain things, like the stupid pranks and stuff, if a person I pranked didn't mess with me, I'd be like, okay, respect to you because I did mess with you, so it's okay. I've ran into that encounter one time where a dude was mad because I had done a Vaseline prank on him. And I had Vaseline in my hand, and I dapped him up. And then he was like, that was like a thing that was some crazy, like, that was a crazy prank. But either way, like, I dapped him up, and then I seen him, like, a couple months later, and he was like, "Yo, and he was like, he was a little drunk too, and he was like about to beat me. He was about to try to fight me and stuff, and I was like, "Nah, bro, like let's just relax here," because getting in a fight in the bar is so stupid because you're automatically arrested, like you're done for. So, but yeah, though, like getting hate though, it's really changed my perspective on a lot because like, and I'll hear it from different places, like it's just kind of one of those things where it's like I don't even know who you are for real, and you have no idea who I am. And at the end of the day, I'm over here I'm just working at a goal, at a dream. I'm just doing my thing, and I'm in my lane, and I'm working, and it's like, and yeah, it's starting to pick up, and I'm like, and I don't like saying I'm successful or whatever, but I'm getting little successes on the road, and it's like, for you to be hating on me and like doing stuff, I'm just like, bro, like for what? It's just tiring. And it was for a good bit of time, it got to my head, but I was like, I really don't like. It gets to my head only because I'm like, I don't understand how you like. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like when logic isn't there for me, it makes me mad because I'm like, yo, this it's not even logical. Like if I did something to you perfect, that wouldn't bother me because I earned that, deserved that. But it's like when you not doing nothing, and you just chasing what you want to do, and you just trying to do something real, then it's kind of like, bro. But I mean, hey, like for me, it's like go ahead and hate because the hate like that just make me like I love it because I'm like, yeah, I really gotta make it because hate for me like, and it's crazy though because hate for me started like I thought hate was one thing until I started getting real hate, and I was like, oh, it's a whole nother thing. Because like in the beginning, my parents weren't the best, most supportive of it, what I was trying to do, but they were like my parents always been supportive, but like immigrant supportive, so it's two different. It's like a little different, but and then my sisters weren't really supportive, and then my friends were like a little bit supportive, not really though. And then it was kind of like my sisters would say slick things. Like I remember, like I'd like there would be sit down conversations with my whole family. They could put me down, they sit me down, and be like, "What you doing with your life?" type of thing. And I'm like, "Bro, just gotta wait. Like I'm doing this is what I'm gonna do, and like it's gonna work." And, you know, I would say it, and they just kind of be like, "Yo, like what do you like? It's not really gonna work." Like they wouldn't say it like that, but they like emphasize, you know what I'm saying? But as time went on, though, like one thing about it in the Habesha community, like I've grown like a lot, and like that's where a lot of my fandom comes, like, you know what I'm saying? And like my dad has even gotten recognized by like valet, like he would go like park somewhere like for some type of job thing he was doing, and like the valet would recognize him and be like, yo, your son this, like, oh, that's crazy, like blah blah blah. And like also like one time I remember, this is a crazy story. I was really at a crossroads, and I was like praying to God. I was just like, show me a sign that this is really for me, because I was like, there's been a sophomore year was really rough for me because I was doing YouTube for the first half, and then second half I tried to go back TikTok, but like when you take that long off TikTok and stuff, like your views go so down, like, and I was getting like thousands of views per video, and I was just like, bro, I don't know what I'm gonna do for real, because this is like, I don't understand, like I'm making content but it's just not working. And I like asked for sign for real, and then my dad came down, we had lunch that day, and then I was at like this local spot, Look or something, like some taco place, and I was like talking to him, we were talking about stuff, and my dad's a really great guy. Like one thing about him, he was the first person to support the dream, like in an immigrant way type of thing, because it's like they want me to finish school, they're not gonna let me prioritize anything else over school. But when I needed a new phone to start recording freshman year, I had no money. He spotted me and he bought me that phone, which started everything. My mom wasn't on board with that at first because she was like, it's going to distract him. And like even when we were on sitting down conversation, she'd be like, it all started because you bought him the phone. But now it's like they're real cool with everything because they understand. Like now it's like I've done made some stuff, some motion. But when I was sitting at that restaurant, we were talking and stuff, and he was giving me my motivational whatever speeches, like, you know how dads do. And then the waiter, like this same day I just prayed, and the waiter gonna come and she gonna be like, hey, one of my other waiters, he recognizes you from the things, and he wants to take a picture with you. And that was the first time that, and it was in front of my dad too, and it was kind of crazy. I was like, no way, like from my dad, you want to take a picture with me? He's crazy. And I took that as a sign for show, because obviously I'm gonna take it as a sign, because even if it wasn't a sign, it's a sign. And so, but anyways, took the picture from my dad, and then I was shocked though. And so like when it was like when we were taking a picture, it was more like I was me and this dude, because I was shocked. I was like, yeah. And then after I sat down, and then my dad gonna say, he gonna be like, oh, you gonna have to start acting like it's normal. You can't be acting shocked and stuff. Like, you gotta start, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what you talk about, bro? You ain't even, like, I was saying, like, but that's just some dad stuff. But either way, like, in the beginning, what I thought was, that was like when they didn't support me and all that stuff, I thought that was more hate. Well, that's what I kind of thought of it. I was just hating on it, whatever. But it's more like they just want you to be successful. And like when they first can't see it, you know what I'm saying? They don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? They need to see something to really stand behind you. So it's like support, just in a different way. But then when I started getting hate from randoms, they would just be like, oh, this guy's quarter. Like, they'd be like, oh, you know, it's like, what's going on here, whatever. It just kind of be like, all right, so that's definitely hate though, because it's like they ain't even come for nothing. And it's like coming now when I'm starting to do real stuff. It's like, okay. Another thing, it's like, don't, like, I mean, I'm gonna get inspirational. Like, you know, don't be scared to follow what you're trying to do, in a way. I mean, I haven't made it yet, and hopefully I do make it. But I've done enough to where where it's definitely possible to make it here at the point I'm at. And it's like, if I ever make it, it'd be amazing. Cause it's like no one ever believed in me to do anything for real. So it's like, if I do make it, that'd be great. Cause like I'll be inspiration. I could be inspiration to a lot of kids or whatever. But at the end of the day, though, it's like when you come to college, don't be pressured to like, or if you're in college, don't be pressured to do a specific major or anything that you don't want to do or anything. Like find what you really have a calling for, because the only way you'll be successful in life is that if you're doing something that actually is like naturally calls to you and you have joy doing it. Like, of course, it's not always gonna be joyful doing anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I don't feel like recording, sometimes I don't. And like, don't ever seek for motivation to be your boost to do something, like, because motivation gonna come and go. But if you stay consistent at something that you enjoy doing at the end of the day, that joy after the consistency and the hard work is done will be everlasting. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things that I say, like, you know, just do what you want to do and don't feel pressured, because we have a lot of time. People think we don't have time, but it's like, dude, I'm only 20 years old. I get myself until my goal is to be a millionaire by 30. Like, so I got 10 years to make that happen, and I can do that. Respectively, like in my mind, that's how I tell myself I can do that for sure. But even if it doesn't happen, I'll get close to $1 million because I'll be working towards that. So it's like it's even like, so it's like all cool. But it's like, even if I don't get there at 30, still can get there at 35 or 40. I'm still not okay. Well, 40 is kind of, but but still though, like 20 years old, you don't have to be like, you don't gotta get to certain places. You don't have to have life figured out. That's what your 20s are for. So yeah, that's the biggest thing I'd say to people. And you know, tune into the videos type. But other than that, yeah, like, this is a great conversation. I think I rambled a lot, but it's like, you know.
But no, you said a lot of good
it's cool
stuff.
though, yeah. I just feel like I love opportunities to talk. It's my favorite thing. So, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you though, bro.
Nah, bro, I appreciate you for coming on the podcast. So.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, this is a great environment, guys. This is great. It's a great host right here.
Thank you. I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
But, you know, this is the end of the episode. You know, thank you to Mr. Goopy, Michael again.
Mr. Goop.
You know.
Go subscribe. Go tap into the channels. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm talking about? All right, bug out, y'all.
Sure.
That was good.
That was lit.
That was, yeah.
That's what's up. That was a conversation right there.
Like.